Hey, what's up guys? Wanted the Tiger here, and I'm bringing you the third episode of a Civic Type R build. And in this episode, we're going to basically try to maximize the amount of money that we made in that last race, which was like 25,000, 26,000-ish, plus the money I had remaining. So the first thing I want to do is, like I said, to maximize the amount of money and the amount of performance we're going to get, we're going to do a lightweight stage 1 weight reduction. We're going to do the window weight reduction, and then we're going to go into the engine settings here in just a second, and we're going to pick up the stage 1 engine build, and then I always do the ECU with that if I have the expendable money. So 266 horsepower, and then this one is going to get us like 281 right there. And then you could go and put on the medium range turbo kit if you wanted to, but like I said, what I want to do is I want to maximize the money that I have with the performance that I'm going to get. So we're going to do the sports intake manifold. That's 289 horsepower, so it's 8 horsepower out of that guy. And then we're going to do some exhaust work. We're going to get it'd be a turbo manifold since we got a turbo kit on the car, so we're at 297. And then I was thinking about putting that 10 grand into the racing exhaust, which is not a bad idea considering the amount of horsepower you get. But aside, like I said, optimize the amount of money I have. We'll go with the sports exhaust, get 307 out of it, so it's a little, what's that, 10 horsepower for 1,500 credits. And then we're gonna go into the drivetrain, and to help out the shifting and the quickness to get smoother and quicker shifting, we're gonna go with the clutch kit and then a semi-racing flywheel, and that's gonna help our throttle response, the flywheel will. And then the last thing we're going to do is pick up the height adjustable suspension kit. And so it's a sports suspension kit. It's not the racing fully adjustable suspension kit, but it'll get the job done. There's a noticeable difference between, say, stock and the height adjustable suspension kit. And so what we're gonna do is like I mentioned this maybe once before, maybe while I was doing this for the third time or whatever, but we're going back to the turbo challenge because this is the revenge race. This was like WWE, this would be the revenge. And when I was racing this, I was so fired up. I'm like, I need to beat these guys. So we're going back to Autodromo Nazionale Monza. If I said that correctly, hooray for me. But you look at the field, you got Skylines, you got GTRs, you got the Astro V300, which I think is a concept car, the 300Z again, the Soar, Civic Type R with me, the GTR, 300Z, Supra, and then 2 Evos. So again, you got very powerful turbocharged cars in the field, and then you've got me, you know, and these cars start at about 280 horsepower and they go up. And so, yeah, I was pretty fired up, but I am going to talk about one thing, or well, several things, but the first thing I want to talk about is apparently I have a very soothing voice, and I've heard that from female friends. Dana has told me that before, that I have a soothing voice, and then yesterday, oddly enough, I was told by more than one gentleman that I have a soothing voice. And one guy in particular, Veggie, yeah, I don't know if you were a little tipsy or whatever, but you have no idea how I laughed my ass off when I read that comment. And I think that was really hilarious. And it was just like perfect timing because somebody else was just telling me that I had a soothing voice too. And it's just like, whoa. So for any of you aspiring or, you know, beginning commentators who are not comfortable with your own voice, that's just something you're gonna have to get used to. And you'll know, and anybody knows, that you don't sound the same in your head as you do when someone else is listening to you. Say if you watch yourself on a video or you hear yourself recording a commentary, that's just sort of the facts of the matter. And I think it took about 2.5 years of theater training when I was getting my associate's degree in theater arts, and the months that I've been doing the commentaries to get used to my voice. So now I'm pretty comfortable with the way that the sound of my voice, and through time you'll get comfortable with it too. And I think that's the biggest hurdles. People are very self-conscious about their voice and making sure that they have that commentator's voice. I don't think it's specifically necessary to like practice. Maybe if you want to work on diction. I know I'm pretty bad at my diction. One of my theater teachers back up in Santa Barbara had made a comment about how I'm very bad with my diction, and you know, it's true. I sort of chop my words every now and again, and I stutter sometimes. You know, I think though this has helped me in my real life public speaking, and just being able to formulate thoughts and words quickly and try to get to your point as succinctly as possible. But I'm going to digress from that topic because I don't know. I could go on for a while, but I'm not going to. What I want to talk about right now is today. And some of the reasons why I'm not getting videos up as much as I want. The first thing is that I sort of alluded to my living situation before, and it's actually sort of the perfect time to bring it up. And so basically what it is, I live with my grandmother, and she's an Alzheimer's patient, and so she's sort of at the mild to medium, it sounds like hot sauce, but it's not, sort of condition. She can get around, she can do a lot of things by herself, but she needs somebody here to make sure she gets her medications and take her to her doctor's appointments and just make sure the house doesn't burn down. And that's sort of my job. That's why I'm living with my grandmother, to take care of her. But on the flip side, it is giving me the opportunity to go back to school, so I'm definitely blessed in that aspect, that it's allowed me to go back to school. So the reason why I bring that up is because my grandmother has this cat, and this cat is jealous of Dana. And so the reason why I bring that up is because today my allergies were just kicking my ass. It was one of the worst allergy days that I've had in a very long time. And it all started because I came home yesterday, because Monday Dana was over here, and so we were laying on my bed, and you know, she's got her smell, her perfume is just everywhere on my bed and on some of my clothes and stuff. Well, this cat, my grandma's cat, being very jealous of Dana, was sleeping on my bed in my room yesterday, and I came home from school about 3 o'clock, and she was there. She's like, "What are you doing in here?" She takes off because she knows I don't want her in my room because I'm allergic to cats. So, thinking nothing of it, you know, I didn't bother to like wash my sheets or anything. So I woke up this morning like 6 or 7 o'clock this morning, and my nose and my head and my eyes were just, oh god, it was so painful. And you know, I went out to take my grandmother to get some medication today. Oh my god, I just felt awful all day today. So as a result, I stayed home from school. I slept on my couch. I washed all of my sheets. I actually need to go in and put those sheets on, and I can't believe I just did that. There's certain things in this game as far as like looking for visual cues on how to but when to brake. On this track, I've got several visual cues. They're bridges on the backside. That turn right there, I just don't have a visual cue yet because I can't read the meter markers, or they're on the left. Like when you're coming up here, not this bridge, but there's a black bridge. That bridge I sort of brake at too, but coming up at it's the left-hand turn going into that final straightaway before that sweeping curve to the right that gets you to the straightaway towards the finish line. There's a black bridge. In every vehicle that I race with, that is my visual to brake. When you hit that bridge, you brake. So now I've lost track because I totally went off on that topic. So anyways, so yeah, those are your fine visual cues in the game if you don't have them already. You'll know what I'm talking about when you get there. You'll see when you need to brake and about what speed you're going to be at to brake. And this is the bridge I'm talking about coming up, where I guess it's not black. Yeah, it's dark sign, whatever. So I always brake there. Depending on the car, usually anything is stopping time from that point. But anyways, going back to the allergies, it's just today was a wreck of a day, and I missed class because of it. So that's the reason why I wanted to do a commentary last night, but I was up pretty late working on a podcast and then talking to these other guys about doing a podcast, and so this is a little belated. And I hate Audacity right now because I recorded a perfect commentary for Machinima Sports on a Gran Turismo 5 video, and the damn program crashed on me and I lost it. It was like, I was so thrilled. It was one of those commentaries I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to post on Machinima Sports, and the friggin' thing just, it didn't respond, and I had to force quit, and it pissed me off because I couldn't recover that data. Oh gosh. So anyways, that's my race. I think we gained like 50,000 credits for this. I was totally stoked to get my revenge on these guys. I mean, look, it's gonna end really quick. So yep, 50,000 credits. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Later.